Today we will begin doing jumping jacks. No, I'm just kidding. That was my April Fool's joke for the day. Today we can begin in a constructive rest position on your mat. So take the feet nice and wide. The width of the mat may be a little wider. Let the knees knock in. And then lying down on your back, come to cross one arm on top of the other. So you're crossing at the elbows, and bring the hands around the back, palms coming back towards your shoulder blades. So almost like you're giving yourself a hug, widening across the backs of the shoulders. And then once you get yourself set up in that position, if it feels good, close your eyes. Begin to tune into the breath, tune into your body. Just checking in, seeing how you feel, how you are at this point in your day, at this point in your week. And then when you next inhale, sweep the arms up high. Cross the opposite arm on top, crossing at the elbows once more, and then wiggling the hands underneath the shoulder blades. As you take your next few breaths here, start to lengthen out the inhalations. Lengthen out the exhalations to match. And then on your next inhale, take both arms up towards the ceiling. Extend the left leg out long and draw the right knee in towards your chest. If you had your eyes closed, allow the eyelids to flutter open and start to take this right knee in a nice little circle, drawing it down in towards the chest, over towards the side of the body. Pressing it slightly away, crossing over the midline of the body, and then continuing in that gentle circling motion. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh and stretch that right leg up towards the ceiling. Toes flex towards your face. Pull on the back of the thigh, bringing the elbows out to the side, drawing the toes a little closer down towards the floor, starting to wake up all along the back line of the leg. Take one more full expansive inhale here. And then on your exhale, hug the right knee back in towards the chest. Switch the leg, so the right leg goes out long, left knee comes in. Take your left knee in that same circle, drawing it slightly across the midline of the body, over to the side, pressing it a little bit away, and then continuing that circle. Starting to feel that hip mobility, the motion of the hip in the socket. Keeping the right hip heavy as you take these circles. And then interlace the hands behind the leg. Extend that leg towards the ceiling. Bring the elbows out to the side as you pull on the back of the thigh, bringing the foot a little closer towards your face, towards the floor. Inhale once more. And exhale, hug that left knee in towards the chest. Extend both legs out long on the mat. Bring your hands to clasp over your chest. So your hands are hovering in a fist over the chest. That's option number one. Option number two, if you need a little more support and stability, will be to take the hands down alongside the torso. Once you've set yourself up, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Take the right leg out to the side at a 90-degree angle. So like the reference I give sometimes to a dog peeing on a fire hydrant, we're just on our backs. And then extend the right leg all the way out. Draw it back in, take it slightly across the midline, and then continue that circling motion. Taking this nice and slow, the slower the better, so you can really control your motion. As you take this circle, keep the left side of the hip nice and heavy. So both sides of the pelvis stay down on the mat, even as you open your right leg out towards the side. Take one more full round on this side. And then bring the right leg to rest out long and straight on the mat. Same on the other side here. Left knee comes in towards the chest. You can take it slightly across the midline of the body. Open that left leg out to a 90-degree angle. Extend the left leg straight and then continue that circle. Okay. Perfect. Taking it in a controlled motion. Maybe taking it slower to allow yourself a little more control. You can keep pressing your hands together, drawing stability from the core, staying heavy through the right hip. Take one more big circle here. And then extend the left leg out long. Beautiful. Hug both knees into the chest. Let yourself rock and roll back and forth along the spine until we can come all the way up into our all fours position. Stacking shoulders over elbows, over wrists, hips over knees. And before taking any other movements here, let's bring a little juice into the wrists. Walking the hands in a circle, taking the fingertips in all directions, out to the side, facing back towards the body, going as much as you can inwards, and then walking it back out. Again, taking this as a very slow, controlled motion so you can really feel into that wrist joint. Notice if it feels stuck or stiff or tight. Lingering in any areas that have that sensation. And then walking the hands back to their regular position, fingertips facing towards the front of the mat. Okay, bend the right foot in towards your bottom. Keep that left foot pressing down into the mat. And then a very simple motion here. Take the right foot over to the side, back in through the midline, over to the left. Like a little windshield wiper back and forth behind you. And then make it a little more challenging. Try to do this without any spinal or pelvic motion, keeping everything in the upper body exactly where it is, and just taking the foot back and forth. Okay. A little bit of experimentation into the subtleties of movement. Bring the right foot back down. Let's take that to the other side. Bend the left foot towards your bottom. Left foot over to the side like a windshield wiper, back through center, over to the right. Doing your best to stabilize the spine, the pelvis, so that this is just coming right from that joint. Beautiful. Take one more little windshield wipe back and forth. And then both feet come down. Now we can't pass through without our cat cow. So inhale, drop the belly, take the heart forward. Exhale, round and press. Inhale, drop the belly, take the heart forward. Exhale, round and press, always adding in anything else that feels good. Getting into the kinks in the body that settle as we sit all day. Inhale, return to a neutral spine. And we're going to come down now onto our side. So take the right hip down to the mat. Bring that right leg out in a 90-degree angle and take your right forearm down to the mat. As you come down here, lift up out of this right shoulder so that you're not dropping too heavy down into it. From here, lift the left leg up to a 90-degree angle, left arm up to a 90-degree angle. Inhale to touch elbow to knee. Exhale, take the left arm forward, chest towards the floor, belly towards the floor, left leg back. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, twist and reach. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, that left arm goes forward, chest and belly towards the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, twist it. Reach the left foot back. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, twist and reach. Pause here. Then bring the left forearm down, the right forearm down to parallel. Press the chest through the gate of the shoulders like you're in a Sphinx pose in the chest. Still reaching that left leg back. Good, and then unwind yourself from here and we'll take it over to the other side. Setting yourself up now on the left hip. Left leg is down at a 90-degree angle. Left forearm comes down. Lift yourself up out of that shoulder so we're not dumping down. And then we take the right leg to a 90-degree angle, right elbow to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, reach, turn the belly, turn the chest towards the floor. Inhale, in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, take it together. Exhale, extend long. Inhale, in. Exhale, reach, chest and belly, twist towards the floor. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach. And then staying here, right forearm, left forearm down parallel on the mat. Lift the chest through the gate of the shoulders. Keep reaching the right leg back. And then on your next inhale, prop yourself up. Come back into your all fours position. Tuck all 10 toes underneath. Sit the hips towards the heels. Then pressing through the palms of the hands. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Big exhale. Open the mouth. Let yourself move and groove in any way that feels good here. Maybe pedaling out the legs. Maybe just keeping a deep bend in the knees as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And then we'll take a few down dog twists so you can make your stance a little shorter. Inhale into your dog. Exhale, right hand outside of the left ankle or calf. Turn your chest towards the left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, left hand outside of the right leg. Turn the chest open towards the right. Inhale to center. One more each side. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. And then exhale here. And inhale, flow forward into a plank pose. We won't be here for too long. So bring the feet together. Turn both feet. Pivot the heels over towards the right. Stacking your hips, but keep your chest down towards the floor. Both palms pressing. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, take the heels over towards the left, stacking the hips, stacking the feet, but keeping your chest towards the floor. One more each side, back through center, over to the right. Back through center, over to the left. Good, back to center, and then press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bend the knees, rise high on the balls of the feet, hop or walk the feet to the hands, forward fold. Hang in your forward fold for just a moment. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. And then bring the right hand or fingertips down to the center of the mat. Bend deeply into the right knee as you straighten the left leg and reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. Stay here for a full round of breath as you inhale, finding more length in the spine as you exhale, turning the chest open. And then come through center, left hand down in the center of the mat, maybe fingertips down, bend deeply into the left knee, twist the chest open towards the right, reach the right fingertips towards the ceiling. And exhale, come back down. Inhale, elevate the chest, spine lengthens, crown of the head forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll your way up, reach the arms wide, draw hands into heart center, close your eyes and pause. Setting your intention for this evening's practice, whatever speaks to you, whatever comes to mind at the start of a new month. Focusing your awareness on your intention. All together. Inhale through the nose, send the breath deep, deep into the belly. And then exhale, open and release. Inhale, open your eyes. And we'll do a little bit of a funky movement pattern from the top of the mat. To start, you can keep your hands pressing into heart center. Bring your weight into the left foot. Open the right foot out wide to the side. Bend into the right knee. And then send the right foot right back up to meet the left. Taking that to the other side. Left foot steps back, bend into the left knee, and then come back to the top. Again, right leg out, bend the right knee, right back to Tadasana. Left foot steps back, bend the left knee, and then come back to the top. Continue that pattern at your own pace. You can start to lift up that front heel, lift up the front ball of the foot, heel stays down as you go. And then maybe even bring some arm movements into it. Opening the arms as you step back, bringing the arms together as you step forward. Let's take one more round on each side. Good, tapping into that hip mobility. I accidentally did 2 more rounds, so that's what we'll do. And then bringing it back to center, root down into the soles of the feet, ground down in your Tadasana. On an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And on an exhale, take it forward. Inhale, elevate the chest, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale to roll the spine all the way up, sweep the arms wide. And exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more half salutations like that. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elevate, lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can always bend the knees. Inhale, roll it up, arms wide, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll it up, stacking the spine, arms wide. Exhale, bring it in, heart center. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Step the right leg back. Drop the right knee. You can untuck the toes or keep them tucked. And then inhale, lift it up into a low lunge. Draw that left thigh bone back. Press the right thigh bone forward. Growing tall out of that foundation. And then on your next exhale, palms down, lift the right knee, step the left foot to meet the right, and lower all the way down onto your belly. Take the hands nice and wide. You can come onto the fingertips, elbows pointing up towards the ceiling like you're making an M shape with the elbows. Inhale, take a wide armed cobra, lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, release. Again, inhale into that wide armed cobra. Exhale, take it down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Bring the palms outside the ribs, tuck all 10 toes underneath, engage through the legs, and then press right from the floor up into your plank. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in your down dog, pressing down through the palms as you lift the hips up. Press the thighs back, calves back, energy down the backs of the heels. And then inhale, slowly lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw the right leg all the way through. Drop the left knee. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, hands down, framing the right foot. Step the left foot up to meet the right at the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, elevate. Exhale, release. Inhale, we roll up, arms sweep wide, palms touch, maybe gaze lifts, and then hands draw into heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. This time, left leg leading. Step the left foot back, but keep that left knee lifted. Come onto your fingertips outside of the right foot. Chest moves forward, crown of the head forward. Draw the thighs in towards the midline. And then just for a moment, reach the arms out past the ears. Hover the chest. Exhale, hands down. Right foot steps to meet the left. Lower down to your belly. Palms stay outside the ribs. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the head into cobra. Exhale, lower. Taking two more, you can choose cobra or upward facing. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, lower. Third one, inhale, we lift. And then fold over the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big cleansing breath before we make our way back up to the top of the mat. Sending the breath all through the back body, all along the spine. Lengthening out so we can find more easeful versions of our twist. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot all the way forward. Stay on your fingertips. Sternum reaching forward, crown of the head reaching forward. And then just for a moment, arms out past the ears, hover the chest. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, elevate. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll your way up, arms sweep wide. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge it forward. Inhale, crown of the head reaching forward, heart lifts. Exhale, we fold. From here, plant the palms and then hop or step your feet back into your plank. Hold your plank for one round of breath. And on the exhale, bend the elbows through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing. Exhale, press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take 5 full rounds of breath here. Pressing down through the palm of the hand, spreading wide all the way from the heel of the hand through the fingertips. Roll the upper outer arms down towards the mat. Feel that propelling, lifting action through the spine as the hips lift up towards the ceiling. Allow your breath to become wide and expansive. And then on your next inhale, the right leg floats. Exhale, right foot comes all the way through. Bring the left hand all the way down onto the mat, or you can keep left fingertips down on the mat. Take the right arm out to the side so that it comes parallel to the floor. Holding here for just a moment, and then leading with the right fingertips, begin to turn the chest open towards the right side of the room. Keep lifting and leading with that right hand as you turn the chest open any amount more. Exhale, both hands down. Step the right foot to meet the left. Move through your vinyasa, or you can always just send it right back to downward facing dog. And we meet in downward facing dog. Good. Taking that to the other side, slowly lift the left leg up. Nice and controlled, like you were moving through molasses. And then take the left foot forward. Plant the right palm or fingertips down on the mat. Start by taking the left arm out so it's parallel to the floor. Get your grounding here, drawing the thighs in towards one another, pressing the sole of the left foot down, ball of the right foot down, and then leading from the fingertips, turn the chest open. Keep pressing the right thigh into its own hamstrings. Maybe not so much to level out the hips completely, but just to lift that right hip higher off the ground. And exhale, both hands down. Left foot steps to meet the right. Move through your vinyasa, or just send it up. Downward facing dog. On an inhale, come high on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, gaze forward. Walk or float, feet meet the hands at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit the hips back, bend the knees. Keep the fingertips on the floor to start, just getting the hips nice and low into your chair pose. And then from here, reach the arms out past the ears, lift the torso up. You can take any stance in your chair pose that feels good. Knees together, legs together, toes together, heels out, whatever works. And then draw the hands in towards heart center. And begin to turn your chest towards the right side of the room. Keep turning, 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 until maybe that left elbow hooks outside of the right knee. The left knee can start to crawl forward. You can let it do that a little bit. Just keep the hip sinking low. And then from here, open the arms. So the left fingertips reach towards the floor, right fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Begin to bring your weight into that right foot and take weight out of the left foot. Challenging your balance here. Send the left foot all the way, way back behind you so that this becomes a revolved lunge. Good. If that transition didn't quite work, just make your way into any version of this. Maybe bring the palms back together at heart center. And then release the hands down. Right foot steps to meet the left. Make your way through your vinyasa. And send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Envision your breath in your down dog, moving along the length of the spine. All the way from the neck, all the way down to the pelvis. Getting longer, finding more space. Inhale, come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, gaze forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, elevate the chest. Exhale, fold. Keep your fingertips down on the mat. Sit the hips back, coming into your chair pose, getting the hips nice and low to start, finding your stance in your feet, and then inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, draw hands to heart center, start to turn the chest towards the left side of the room. It's okay if that right knee starts to creep a little bit forward, but try and keep the legs on the same plane this way. So tops of the thighs are on a similar plane. Open the arms up, so those left fingertips reaching towards the ceiling, right fingertips reaching towards the floor. Could even use a block here underneath the right hand. And then weight begins to make its way into the left sole of the foot. Lighten up on the right and take that right foot way, way back into your revolved lunge. Good. If you fell out, lost your balance, just come back in. Maybe bring the hands back into heart center. And then both hands come down. Left foot meets the right. We lower through chaturanga. Inhale into a back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Remembering to always, always modify when you need to. Come into child's pose when you need to. Continually cultivating a practice that is entirely yours. On your next inhale, with control, the right leg lifts. And exhale, the right foot comes all the way through. We'll be coming up into a crescent lunge. Bend into the left knee to start as you rise up, and then begin to slowly straighten out that left leg. Keep a deep bend in the right knee, even as you pull the thigh muscles together. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling, getting long through both sides of the body. Crown of the head lifting, spine lifting. And then bring your weight into the sole of the right foot. Press down through the ball of the left foot so you come to stand on the right foot at the top of the mat. Hug the left knee in towards your chest. Take the right hand on the outside of the left knee. Open the left arm towards the back of the room, turning your chest open towards the left. You can stay here, or you can see if maybe you can hook the peace sign fingers around the left big toe and open that leg all the way straight. Keep pressing down through the sole of the right foot, turning the chest open on every exhale. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Hug the left knee in towards the chest once more. Bring the arms back behind you like airplane wings. Inhale, take the chest forward, pendulum that left leg back, coming into a warrior three. Chest is lifting towards the horizon. Kick back through the sole of the left foot. Slowly bring the left foot back down into your crescent lunge. Arms lift. And exhale, left hand down on the inside of the right foot. Peel open the chest towards the right side of the room. Right fingertips lift. Exhale, both hands down. Right foot steps to meet the left. Bend the elbows. Inhale, chest forward, back bend. And exhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Beautiful. Beginning to cultivate a little more opening, expansion through the body. Keeping everything in balance. On your inhale, slowly lift the left leg towards the sky. Exhale, left foot comes all the way through. Always finding your foundation before coming up. And then inhale, bend into the right knee. Lift into your crescent lunge. Slowly begin to experiment with straightening out that right leg. Keeping a deep bend in the left knee. Begin to take more weight into the sole of the left foot. Press off the ball of the right foot so you come to stand at the top of the mat. Hug the right knee in towards the chest. Draw the shoulder heads away from the ears, shoulder blades together. Take the outside of the right knee with the left hand. Exhaling, peel the chest open towards the right side of the room. Right fingertips back behind you. Same option on this side. You can stay as you are or experiment with taking the peace sign fingers around the big toe and making that leg extend forward. Inhale, grow tall from the sole of the left foot up through the crown of the head. Exhale, turn, open any amount more. And then inhale, come forward, hug the right knee in towards the chest. Bring your arms back behind you like airplane wings. Send the right leg out and back. Take the chest forward, warrior three. Press down through the left sole of the foot, kick back through the sole of the right foot. Slowly come back down into your crescent lunge. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, right palm down, left fingertips towards the sky. Good. Take both palms back down towards the floor. Make your way through your vinyasa if you'd like. And then send the hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Take 5 deep, nourishing breaths, spreading your breath all throughout the body. The more expansion we can find, the more space we can find, the more we can access our twist. Good. Take both knees down onto the mat and come to stand up onto your knees. Knees are about hips width distance apart. And then take your arms out to a nice big T. We'll be moving into a version of camel. So if you like to take your camels with the toes tucked, get all 10 toes tucked underneath. And then turn the chest over towards the right side of the room. Opening your T out wide. And then slowly pushing the hips forward, reach the right hand down towards the right ankle, lift the left arm up and back. So you're coming into this half camel position. Can always tuck the toes, bring the heel closer to the hand. Even as you're pressing the hips forward, keep lifting up out of the low back, making more space through the spine. And then inhale, lift back up, arms out to a T to the side. Turn the chest forward. Take the big toes together, knees wide apart, sit the hips down towards the heels, and come forward for a moment into a child's pose. Bring the forehead down onto the mat. You can rock your forehead back and forth. Inhale, walk the hands back towards your body. Come back upright onto the knees. Once more, making that choice, tucking the toes or leaving the tops of the feet down. Arms out to the sides, tailbone heavy towards the earth. Knit the low ribs in, lift the sternum, lift the head, and then exhaling, turn the chest towards the left side of the room. From this twist, begin to reach back, left hand towards left ankle, hip points forward, reach the right arm up and back. Sternum lifting towards the ceiling, getting long through the right side body. If your breath feels constricted at all, lift up a little bit out of it. And then inhale out the way we came in, back up to your T. Take it to the center. Big toes together, knees wide apart, sit the hips down towards the heels, and walk the hands over into child's pose. We'll be a little longer in our child's pose this time. Make this what you want it to be. So it can be a very active child's pose, pressing down into the palms, keeping the arms engaged, actively sinking the hips towards the heels. Or if your energy levels aren't there, this can be a much more mellow child's pose. Beginning to allow the body to melt down towards the floor. More easeful, more passive. Feel the breath spreading through the back body into the base of the ribs, into the low back, the hips. Walk the hands over towards the right side of the room, opening up the left side body. Still sinking those the left hip towards the heels. And then inhale, take it back through center. Exhale, let's go over to the other side, walking the hands over to the left, opening through the right side body. Inhale, return through center. Press yourself up into all fours. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Your final down dog of the practice. Noticing, observing any changes in the body over the last 45 minutes or so of movement. Noticing without applying any meaning, any attachments to that, just observing your body, those sensations, those feelings for whatever they are as they come up. And then bend the knees, bring your gaze forward and hop forward, crossing at the legs so you can come down onto a seat. All right. Take the legs out nice and wide, rooting your seat down into the mat. And then draw the right sole of the foot in so that right knee is bent. Take the right elbow on the inside of the right knee, left fingertips out behind you, and turn your chest towards the left side of the room. Keep dropping the shoulder heads away from the ears, lifting the crown of the head. Good, and then release, come through center, take the right fingertips behind you. See if you can hook the left elbow outside of the right knee and turn your chest towards the right side of the room. You don't have to overdo it, just coming to any point that brings up a little positive sensation. Inhale, come back through center. Extend the right leg, draw the left leg in. Left elbow on the inside of the left knee, right fingertips behind you. Open your chest towards the right side of the room. Rooting down through the seat. Feeling as if your breath could travel up the spine, lifting the crown of the head higher towards the sky. And then release, take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee, left fingertips behind you, and turn the chest towards the left. Good. Inhale, come back through center. Draw the soles of the feet together. You can be as close to the body or as far away from the body as feels good, so no particular preference here. Bring your hands down onto the shins, the ankles. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, hinge forward, allowing the elbows to drop out to the sides. Maybe the head comes all the way down towards the feet. Maybe it's nowhere near there. Wherever you are is perfect. Just remain in a place where the spine feels long. Your breath feels free. Give the head a little shake, yes and no, releasing any tension or gripping. And inhale, roll your way back up to your seat. Take your feet out in front of you, all the way down the mat. Arms out in front of you, parallel to one another, palms facing. Lift the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, and then on your exhale, slowly lower down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. When you get there, release the arms down by your sides. Give yourself a little sigh. Made it back down onto the mat. And then hug both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a squeeze to center, reach through the legs, come to grip the heels, drawing the knees down towards the armpits, coming into happy baby. You can take your baby all around the mat or stay still at center. Maybe lift the chest, lift the head, bring some weight into the low back, or the opposite, lift the low back, bring more weight into the upper back. Good. Release the feet down towards the mat. Cross the right thigh over the top of the left thigh. And then take the feet out to the opposite direction. So lift the chest, lift the head, bring the hands to grip the shins, the ankles, maybe the outsides of the feet. And then lower the chest and head and draw the feet towards your upper body. You can draw the legs down and forward or keep them a little higher and bring them forward. Just tapping into different parts of the hips, of the legs. So maybe experiment a little bit here. See what feels best. See how changing the grip, the position changes the feeling. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. Take that in the opposite direction. So left thigh crosses over the top of the right thigh. Lift the chest, lift the head, bring the hands to grip, shins, ankles, feet. And then lower the chest and the head and draw the legs and the feet towards the upper body. Really getting into the outer hips. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. Take the legs out long on the mat. Shift just the hips over towards the right side of the mat. Keep the feet and the upper body where they are. Draw the right knee in towards the chest and then guide that right knee up and over towards the left side of the room. Gaze over the right shoulder. As the right knee is dropping over towards the left, the right shoulder gets heavy. You can use your left hand to manually assist yourself, maybe pressing into the right hip crease to get more length through the right side body. As we prepare for our final resting pose, beginning to shift the breath to more calming, more cooling breath. Inhale one more time here. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, slowly draw the right knee back in towards center. Give it one more squeeze in towards your chest. And then the right leg extends out long. Shift just the hips over towards the left side of the mat. Draw the left knee in. Guide the left knee over towards the right side of the body and then gaze out over that left shoulder. Done a lot of twisting, a lot of hip flexion. Taking one final supine twist. Just allowing the benefits of your movement, of your breath, to begin to resonate through the body. Inhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest. Give yourself one more squeeze towards center. And then release the left leg out long. Take the next minute or so for any final movements, motions, wiggles, fidgets, anything else that your body is asking for before moving in to the final resting pose, your Shavasana. Maybe taking your legs up a wall, maybe a bridge pose or a supported bridge pose. Listening to that intuition that we all have that we very often ignore. And then on your own time, as you're ready, take the legs out long on the mat. Take them as wide or maybe wider than your mat and allow the toes to fall open to either side. Arms come down alongside the torso, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Press down into the upper arms to gently lift the chest just slightly off the mat. Draw the shoulder blades closer together and then lower back down. Invite your eyes to close, turning your attention from anything external to what's going on internally. Noticing as any thoughts, as any concerns about what you need to do after this or tomorrow or tonight begin to come into your mind, and just watch them float by. You're exactly where you need to be. Take one big inhale all together. Exhale, release. Breathe. Take rest. Shavasana. If time allows, please remain in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, begin to invite some small movements back into the body. You can take your ankles in little circles, wrists into little circles. And then reach the arms out past the ears, stretching your fingertips out long, toes pointing in the opposite direction. Hug both knees in towards the chest, and then guide your knees over to either side of the body, coming into the fetal position. Pressing down through the strength of your upper arm, bring yourself to a comfortable seat on the mat, and bring your eyes to close once more. Draw your hands to heart center. Take your awareness, your attention back to the intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of our practice together. Move forward into the rest of your week, into a new month, with that same sense of intentionality and with an open heart towards the changing of the months, the changing of the seasons. Inhale, lift the thumb knuckles up, tilt forehead center. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.